Okay, good evening, everybody. Good evening, and welcome to the Q&A call for tonight. If you can hear me, if you'd please put the letter Y in the question box, and then we'll just go ahead and get started. Please put the letter Y in the question box, and then we will be ready to go. All right, thank you, Carolyn. And tonight is our just kind of a Q&A call for those of you who are your internet marketers. Doesn't have anything to do with PLR. I do these on Saturday evenings. Now I do a PLR call on Tuesdays, and then I do a private call on Wednesdays. So some of you all are here for my private call on Wednesdays, and then of course the insider membership on Thursdays. So for those of you who are just kind of hanging out on Saturday, we're going to talk a little bit about branding tonight, but I always like to start with your questions. So if you've got questions on anything that you're trying to do, and I can try to answer them, I will do that before I get started. So I mean, I've got some things that I wanna do, kind of present, but I want to start with your questions. So if you have any questions, please feel free to write them there in the box. I'll do the best I can to answer them. If I can't get the answer, I'll make sure I'll get them the next time. So how many of you all here are product creators? You're product creators. How many of you that would you describe yourself as product creators? If that's you, please put the number 1 in the question box. And then if you are primarily an affiliate marketer, right? You're primarily an affiliate marketer. You're building your list. You're selling primarily affiliate products. Please put the number 2 in the question box. That will kind of help me to know kind of where you are. And if you are building, let's say you're building a brand, right? You're a content person. You're a blogger. You're a podcaster. You're a video creator. You got a video channel. You're building out the brand. You're looking for sponsorship. If that's you, please put number 3 in the question box. Okay. Okay, I got a question here from Carolyn. Okay, great. Okay, so Carolyn's question is, I would like to know, how do I add a free offer such as an ebook to a capture page for subscribers? Okay, very good. Good question. So one of the first things with that, Carolyn, is for the most part, the starting point for that is going to be creating a capture page, right? So that I'm gonna kind of start there, and let me pull open just a browser here, and then I'm going to share my screen with you. I'll share my screen with you. Let's do that here. Okay, so you should, if you can see my Google page, please put the letter Y in the question box, and I'll go ahead. So what we need to do, and I'm going to go into, I'm going to go into just a WordPress installation. I'm going to go, and you can do this with any page builder, right? So I'm going to use Optimize Press, and I'm just going to kind of show you, because the point is not the page builder. The point is what you do with the page builder. So let's just, I'm just going to kind of show you just the basis of what you're trying to do. So I'm going to create a page, and that page is gonna have as few distractions on it as possible, right? As few distractions on it as possible. The only thing I want the person to be focused on is my free offer. Right? That's all I want them to focus on. So whether I pick a template or whether I design one from scratch, I'm really just trying to get them to focus on one thing, right? So I'm going to pick this template here. I'm going to say free ebook. And again, once again, this can be done with any page building template. So, I'm just using Optimize Press because most of you are probably using WordPress, right? Okay, so let's just kind of open this up. So, all I want to have on here, and really, when I see all this stuff, I don't even want all that on there. So even these things that are here at the bottom, I'm probably gonna want that taken out of there, right? Because all I really want the person to focus on is one thing, and that is whether or not they want um, my free offer or not. And so what I probably want to do is, you want to test this too, is you want to have on this page a video and a headline, and you want the video to be short, and you want the video to say, um, to be talking to them in terms of what their problem is. So in other words, you drive people to a capture page based on the problem they're having. And even if you are talking to people who want to make more money, you're talking to people in the make money online niche, you have people who are coming at that at different directions. Maybe you have people who are coming to a page because they're single moms and they need to do something to make something happen. You want to talk to them on that capture page in a different kind of way. And so when you see this text here, you want to edit that text on your capture page to fit the people that are going to be coming to you from a particular kind of traffic, from a particular kind of ad. So if you're running, let's say, Facebook ads, and you're running Facebook ads to single moms, you want this capture page to talk specifically to them. Because remember, a capture page doesn't have a lot of information on there. So if you have to have 10 capture pages, right, to segment 10 different kinds of traffic because of the way you're going to say it to them, then that's going to be effective in terms of getting them to opt in to get your free book, right? So again, I kind of want to say that at the outset. So the capture page needs to have copy on it, not much, but it needs to have a headline on it, and it needs to have just enough copy on there to get them interested in watching a video. So I'm going to get rid of this, right? And again, I understand, everybody's kind of different when it comes to this stuff, but I don't want all that on there. I don't want a picture of the book, because a picture of the book is not the point when I'm bringing to a person to a capture page. Well, the point is, people are coming there because they're interested in themselves. They're trying to solve a problem they have. And so the video needs to address their problem. So all I want to do here is I'm going to put in here. And once again, I mean, if you're watching this, you're coming in. The point of this is it's not about the player. Like I said, I'm doing optimized press here because a lot of you all are using WordPress. All I want to do here in this area, I want to have an autoplay video here, right? I want to have a little bit of copy here, a headline that talks to them specifically, right? And then what I want to have right under the video, right under the video, is I want to have an opt-in box, right? So I'm going to put in here, I'm just going to put in here an opt-in box, opt-in box. Now, I mean, people who use lead pages and a bunch of other tools, they get fancy with it. And there's a two-step opt-in box. I mean, you can do all that stuff. What's going to be most important is that you address the problem that people are having, and that they want to opt in and get your stuff once you're finished talking to them in this video. So a capture page is really simple. I'm just going to put this one in here. I'm just going to insert it. Right, let's see what it wants. It probably wants my Aweber account or something. I'll get to this part here in a minute. I just kind of want you to see what it looks like here. I'm going to put insert, please enter all required fields. I don't want to do all that stuff. Okay, I'm just going to put this in here because I really want to get to the rest of what I want to kind of talk about here. Okay. Okay, so all I want here is a little bit of copy here. I want an opt-in box. I don't even want that there, right? I don't want a lot of writing there. I just want an opt-in box. As few distractions as possible. Let's just put that one there. Yeah, I'll get to the thank you page here in a minute. I'm just going to put a google.com here as a placeholder. Then I'm going to click insert. Okay, so I'm going to have an autoplay video, and it's going to address the problem that the person is having. And in that video, at the very end, my call to action is going to be, I've got something that'll help you with this. Put your name and email in the box below, and I'm going to send this to you right now. And you're going to get this, and it's going to address these issues. And it should be the issue that you talked about in your video. Now, when you do that, you're gonna do two things. Number one, you're gonna deliver that book to them through your autoresponder, right? You're gonna deliver that book to them through your autoresponder, and the important part here is you got to get them to confirm, right? You have to remind your site visitors to confirm to get the email because you want to make sure that they're double opting in, number one. Number two, you want to make sure that they finish the process. So when they opt in, and this is going to be on any capture page software, you're going to have the opportunity to put in a thank you page, right? On that thank you page, when you put that thank you page together, you should be telling the visitor that they need to go to their inbox and confirm. You have to tell them, right? Now, it's not to say that they'll forget or they don't want to, but you have to tell them that in order to get what you promised them, they have to go to their box to confirm. That'll assure you, number one, they're putting a good email address in there. And number two, that they are going to follow through and go ahead and confirm so that they will be added to your list, right? Because that's going to be the most important thing. So the thank you page, you're not going to deliver the product. Is everybody clear on that? You do not deliver the product on the thank you page. Does that make sense, everybody? Are you kind of with me on that? If you get that, please put the letter Y in the question box. The thank you page is not to deliver the product. Okay, so if you understand where I'm coming from, okay, good. Okay, so again, all you're saying on the thank you page is go to your inbox now, click the confirm link so that you can get what I promised you, right? So now, what I've done here is I've gotten the person to opt in. I've gotten them to opt into a list that's going to be on my autoresponder, right? So now, inside of my autoresponder, I've got to do a couple of things here. What I'm going to do on my autoresponder, and I'll kind of pull this out here. I'll open up, even though I have Aweber in here, I'm going to open up Get Response. It's a little easier to see. Going to open up Get Response, and when I get there, right? I'm just going to kind of go into my list settings here. Okay, I'm going to go into permissions. Okay, so a couple of things here. Number one, I want to enable a confirmed opt-in on these subscriptions. So when somebody subscribes, I want them to confirm the opt-in. Right now, the confirmation page, right? The confirmation page is where I'm going to send them to a custom URL. Now, you can do this in any autoresponder. You get to determine what happens or what they see when they confirm, right? Is there everybody with me on that? So they're going to confirm, they're going to go to their inbox, they're going to click the link, they're going to confirm, then you're going to send them to a specific web address. Is everybody clear on that so far? If that makes sense, please put the number 2 in the question box if you get that. Because it's important. You have to have all these things in here, because if you leave anything out, what happens is, and ask me how I know this, right? I used to get people to a page and then didn't get them to follow through, right? People cool off between the time that they think that they want something and the time they actually get to have to confirm in order to get it. So now what you're going to do is you're going to send them to a custom URL. So do you have where are you going to send them now? So now where do you send them? Anybody guess? Where do you guys think that I should be sending them when they confirm? What should I put together? Any thoughts on that? Right? Anybody can answer. So where should I send them now that they're going to confirm? Right? Anybody? Because what I think we should be doing here is we need to then, okay, right? We need to send them to an offer. We need to do two things on this page. We're going to send them to. I'm going to create a page, right? Once again, this is going to be a really simple page, right? And this page is going to do two things. Number one, it's going to give them the download. So I want to have a download page. And it can be something like this. Download. I want them to go to a download page now that they're confirming. Right? Let's just open this up and see what this looks like. And what it looks like, again, remember the page builder is not important. It's not important if you use whatever page builder you use. Some of you are using WP Builder, whatever you use, doesn't matter. You have to have, let's see, screen is blurry. Let's see if I can size it up some. Okay, so what I want to do here is I want them to click this button to download their stuff, right? So this URL where I create this page, I want them to download what I promised them, right? Does everybody get that? So I'm going to give them what, but Carolyn is right. What I also want to do here is I also want to give them an offer, right? I want to give them an offer. So I want to give them what they promised here, right? I want them to download it, right? I promised them that. They confirm here, but there are a couple of ways you can do this, right? One way you could do this is you could have an autoplay video that talks, right? You want that autoplay video to say, hey, now that you're getting my report, here's something that, whatever, however you say it, right? You're gonna make an offer to them, and you're gonna send them now to something related to your free ebook. Now, if you want to, you don't have to make an offer here. You could just deliver the thing you promised them, and you can start emailing them, right? Because you got the confirmation, they're on your list, and now they have your report. But what I would say to you is this: you probably don't know whether or not somebody is ever going to come back to you or read your email or any of that stuff just because they confirm, right? That it still could be the last time you get to talk to them. And so part of the thing about this is that you probably want to go ahead on this page, autoplay a video, and make an offer, right? Send them to a sales page, send them to something, or quite honestly, if you have a page builder, you can put an offer on this page with a buy button. And here's why I say that. You don't want to send people to too many times to have them click on stuff, right? You click on stuff, you send them to some other pages, you just get drop off. But if you can, along on this page, doesn't have to be over this, it can be under this, right? You can autoplay a video down here, you can put a little copy here, and then you can also then put a buy button on here. You have the buy button on there because they've confirmed on your email, right? Don't trust the fact that because you have them that you're ever going to get to talk to them again, right? So you can test this out. If you make an offer and you start to feel like, well, you're running people off, they're upset that you send them an offer right away, then maybe that doesn't fit your audience. Or if what you're finding is when you present an offer to people on the page where they're actually coming to get the download you promised them, then go ahead and keep making an offer. If you're converting on this offer that you put on the confirmation page, keep making it. right? So does that help, Carolyn? That process? Everybody clear on that? Any questions about that? Okay, any questions? Okay, thanks, Carolyn. Any other questions? Okay, I've got a little topic that I'm going to do here today, and let's see. I'm going to pull it up here, and all right, and let me pull out this box here. Oh, let's see. It's not what I want. Actually, I want just the opposite. All right, that's what I want. Okay, Julie's asking, when do you start the upsells? Great question. Julie, you start the upsell as soon as they buy your first offer. So if you're gonna present them with an offer inside of JVZoo, um, you can automatically present them with an upsell. If you're gonna present them an offer outside of JVZoo, then you have to set it up inside of your PayPal account. So you set it up inside of your PayPal button. If you're not going to do it on Warrior Plus, JVZoo, or ClickBank or anything like that. One of the benefits and one of the reasons why you pay the fee to JVZoo when you sell a product, or you pay the fee to Warrior Plus when you sell the product, is because what you're doing is you are using their system, which helps you to set up automatically with upsells and downsells. So whenever somebody buys your front end product, before they even get to the thank you page, you can actually present them the offer. So you would not present them with an upsell, Julie, until they have purchased the first offer. And so it would come after we set up that first offer and they go to buy. They click the pay to PayPal button, and then PayPal is going to send them back to your upsell. Right? So they'll see the upsell after they have hit the pay button the first time, and PayPal starts to send them back someplace. And what PayPal does is send them back, and then that's when the platform takes over, and then it sends them to your second offer. If you have it set up in their system, that's what JVZoo does. That's what Warrior Plus does. That's what Zaxa does. That's what ClickBank does. Right? So that's essentially part of what the fee is for. All right, great question. All right, any other questions? Okay, so and I actually forgot to put this. I forgot to put this link in. Forgot to put this link in Facebook. Let me. I'm gonna copy this over to Facebook also. I'm gonna do that right now, and then I'll get right with you. We'll just put this inside of Facebook for folks who are there. And this will be a live link, so all they have to do is click it. I think we live. No, I mean we are live. All right. Okay. Okay, so kind of getting back to uh, some of the things I was doing before this actual launch. Um, we were talking about talking about 1,000 true fans, and we're talking about some of you guys who are actually looking to build a brand in addition to creating a niche where you make money online. And remember that for those of you who can figure out, right, if you can have 1,000 true people. So we're not just talking about list building. We're talking about people who follow you, people who are into what you're doing. If you have only 1,000 people and they spend $100 a year for you, with you, does anybody remember how much that is? If you have 1,000 people who spend $100 a year, does anybody remember what that number is? Right, per year, it's $108,000. So really, this is a context that everybody can work from and understand. So you don't have to have a list of gazillion people. You need 1,000 people who will follow you. And if you were to add one person every single day for the next 3 years, in 3 years, you'd have your 1,000 true fans. And if they only spend $100 a year with you, you'd be at $108,000 in 3 years. Now, you may not want to wait 3 years, but if you were to think that you could generate a recurring income of $108,000, right? You weren't trying to do everything everybody else did, then what you'd really be doing is you'd be building a business on a solid foundation. You wouldn't be worried about trying to hustle because these are your fans, right? These are the people who are into what you're doing. So again, 1,000 people who are really into your USP. They're really into what your thing is. They're really into the way you do it, right? They're 1,000 true fans. Remember, I was talking about if you haven't read it, you want to read the article by Kevin Kelly at kk.org. If you haven't read it, go read it. 1,000 True Fans by Kevin Kelly. And then remember the 80-20 rule. So 20% of your customers will probably bring 80% of your revenue. And so if you only had, if 20% of your customers were your 1,000 true fans, right, the other 80% would be gravy, right? True. You don't have to just sell to 1,000 people, but if you had 1,000 people who just digging you, right, they just really, I mean, they were with you. They like what you did to the point they'd spend $100 with you during a calendar year. You'd have a level, you'd have a sustainable income, and you'd have your time. More importantly, your time would be yours, right? So again, you can do this with resale and PLR. You can do this, right? You don't have to be super creative. You don't have to have ginormous launches. I mean, they don't hurt, but a launch is really only for you to help you to find your fans, right? 1,000 true fans. What we want to do is to put assets in place to go beyond list building. So remember, I love list building, but what's the point of list building? The point of list building is to get to that level of people, the critical mass of people that'll buy whatever you do up to $100 for a calendar year. Right. So just so you'll know, if you're trying to figure out, well, what's the point of all this? Why am I building lists and launches and just trying to get up to a sustainable level of income? Well, you want a sustainable level of income from 1,000 fans, right? You don't just want it from anybody. You don't just want it from anybody who will listen, right? You want 1,000 people who dig what you're talking about. Okay, this was part of 38 challenge. I'm going to fly through this. And so let's kind of talk from the overview perspective. So what this doesn't change is you and I still need to have products to sell. So whether you create them or you buy them to sell, that's part of the process. It doesn't change the fact you need to be generating leads. And as I said during the challenge, this is about 2 weeks ago when I was doing this, you're really generating leads because you're kissing some frogs to bring, to find your prince or your princess. And what you're trying to do is you're trying to find the level of people who will buy what you're doing because of you, not because you did some kind of special tap dance in front of them. No, you found the people who resonate with you, right? The way you do it. They're buying your products. Even if what you're selling is a resale rights product, they're buying it from you because of who you are. You're not changing anything. You're finding 1,000 true fans. It doesn't change the need for you to work with JVs and affiliates. Again, Why do you need JVs and affiliates? Because they give you leverage to help you to sell your products, again, so that you can find the 1,000 true fans, right? So you don't have to do this for everybody. You're not trying to please every customer in the world. You're not even trying to sell every customer in the world. You're trying to sell to the people you resonate with so you can find the 1,000 true fans. Trust me, you'll find other people are going to buy what you're selling. But you want to find those people who will spend the money with you year in and year out because of the way you do it, right? Not because you're on so-and-so's team or you bought this thing, and it's because of the way you do it. And so when you think about this, what it does is give context to your business, right? It's about context for your business. So in other words, if you're doing product launches, you can do a product launch for cash, right? You can do a product launch because you want the money. You can do a product launches to try to find true customers, right? So what you're trying to do is to build your list as big as possible. But listen, the best of all world is do it for cash and long-term customers. And so in order to do that, it's about 9:32, so I'm really past my limit. So we can pick it up here the next time. But what you're trying to do with a launch is to find the cash and a long-term customer, so that when you start building out a product line, and I talk about this in Strategic Marketing Playbook, right? I talk about this, that you need vertical and horizontal funnels. What you need is a funnel that goes out so that when the person has bought your $100 level, that what they're doing is looking forward to your $200 level the next year. But you can't have them looking forward to it if you haven't created it. So anytime you create a product, right? Yes, you want to create an upsell for them to buy that upsell, at the point at which the sale happens. But you also want to be developing the next step in the process, right? So you and I should be developing the next step in the process. What should I be looking to buy from you once I've bought all your upsells at this level, right? I should be looking forward to the next thing you have. And so we really need to always be 2 steps in the process. Full disclosure, right? Now, last month I sold the PLR playbook at a discount, right? I sold that at a discount. But the reason I put that product together was not just to get it launched. The reason is because that truly is, that's truly a $47 product that I'm going to have in the funnel, so that anytime somebody buys something from me, they're going to also see now the PLR playbook. It's a logical extension. It's the next thing they should be getting, right? The next thing they should be getting after that is my last year's 30-day challenge. Not because not just because I do think it's great, by the way, but there's a logic to this, right? The PLR playbook is about how to use PLR. The 30-day challenge is about how to buy all and put in place all the stuff you need for internet marketing. Those are logical steps up. So when somebody has bought all the upsells for my current PLR, they should be looking to get the PLR playbook. The next thing they should be looking to get is the last year's 30-day challenge, right? It's a logical step up. And yes, they step up in price, but they step up in value in terms of what I have actually put into them, right? The 30-day challenge is 17 hours, right? 17 hours of stuff. The PLR playbook is 3 entire funnels and 2 live funnels. So the value is there. And I want people to look forward to every time they come through the funnel. I like for them to know what the next step is. So when you develop your products, what I'm saying to you is that you have to have these other products in place. So whatever you're selling, if you are in a business opportunity, you need to make sure that the person understands what the next level that they should be getting at. They need to understand, yes, even they're buying at this level, they need to understand what the next level is. They should be aspiring toward that. It should be in their face. It should be front and center with them, right? And it should be 10 times the value of the 10 times the value that you provided on the front end. So in other words, you provide 10 times the value on the front end. And then you should be providing 10 times that in your upsell, right? 10 times the 10 times the value. so that it'd be a no-brainer that they want to get that next thing. It should be a no-brainer that I want to get that next level. No-brainer. And so what we're talking about here in terms of branding is, right, doing product launches for long-term customers. So you can create products that have the next level of value up. You should always be 2 levels of value up when you do a product launch. Okay, so I went about 6 minutes longer than 30 minutes. So I don't like to go any longer than 30 minutes. Any questions? Because I'm gonna cut this short now. Any questions? Any questions about from anything about anything I did tonight? Any questions? Okay, so if there are no other questions, make sure that if you haven't picked it up yet, you do want to get Strategic Marketing Playbook. I hope that you are able to get it. This is going to be another one of those things, quite honestly, that will again, the logic of this is that it's at a launch price right now, but it was created as as a $67 product. Right, and that's eventually what the price will be. So, and there's that much value in it, right? So again, I'm launching it now to people who are kind of with me and who are on my list and the whole deal. Right? So I think it's superfastactionbonus.com/strategic. Bunch of bonuses in there. If you haven't gotten it, go ahead and pick it up. And again, I think when the launch is over, it goes to 67. Right, because that's the intent. The product was created as a $67 product. I'm launching it to, kind of the people in our community and anybody else who wants to get it. But everybody else, after I do whenever the next launch happens, then that product goes to $67 because it is a $67 product. Right? Okay. Any questions? Any questions? Okay, everybody. Well, thank you very much for being here. For those of you who are going to be with me on Wednesday for my private PLR call, look forward to seeing you then. And I will probably be doing the PLR show on Tuesday. Right, I'll probably be doing the PLR show on Tuesday. So look forward to hanging out with you all on Tuesday. And everybody, have a great night, a pleasant tomorrow. Take care.